So if you're feeling really physically dense, very human, very disconnected from your spirituality, this video is definitely for you. I have certainly been feeling that way lately. I've gone through a shit ton of life changes in the last like 2 to 3 weeks. I quit my job unexpectedly. I moved unexpectedly. I had to evict my tenant at my rental property. I've had some medical issues going on. So there's just been a lot that has taken me away from my daily spirituality, and I've been really feeling it in my nervous system. Now, if you're looking more for a nervous system specific video, I'll post this here, but what I'm going to lay out for you guys today is 50 different spiritual practices that you can do pretty much anywhere if you're feeling kind of like I am, or if you're just more of like a casual or lazy spirituality like person, and that way you can feel a little more grounded, a little more connected. And there's such an array of things that you can do. I've done all of these, and this has really helped me keep my head level through the last few weeks because I've been feeling so dense and chaotic. So if you're new here, I'm Sarah, and I create this channel to give you everyday practical ways to master yourself, to build a better life, to be more happy and at peace and loving. And I do that through self-mastery and spirituality. So before we jump into these, I just want to give you a gentle, loving reminder that it's totally normal to go through these cycles of feeling really high vibe, really spiritual, and then really down and grounded and human, right? So before we get into these, just remind yourself to give yourself self-love, to give yourself some grace, and to understand that you will get back into your practices and feeling that. And it's just part of being human, and it's, you know, it just happens to all of us at one time or another. So just be gentle with yourself and give yourself some grace. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe so we can hang out again next week. So what I've done is I've broken these down into 10 different categories. And the first one I want to talk about is obviously one of the most common ways that people can get back to centering themselves, and that is through breathwork and meditation. So a lot of breathwork is based on different counting systems, so you can kind of change these and see what feels right for you. There is like science behind a lot of these different numbers, but one of the ones I like to do that's very quick, and I'll literally do this for like 2 minutes, is the 3-3-6 breath. All you do is inhale for 3, hold for 3, and exhale for 6 seconds. And you just continue that on repeat for as long as you want. You can do 2 minutes like I do, you can do 5, you can do 10, it's totally up to you. The next number you can do is what's called the box method, which is all 4 seconds. So you inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4 at the bottom. And again, just do that as many rounds as feels good. Honestly, you'll feel a difference after like doing that 2 times. But so just do whatever feels right for you. The third breathing or meditation technique you can do is alternative nostril breathing. I really like this one because you're kind of like busy doing something with your hands, and literally all it is, and you can kind of experiment and feel like what's right for you, but you just press on your one nostril and breathe. And now you can either exhale through that nostril, or you can hold it and switch. Don't mind my stuffiness. Okay. I really, really like that one. Now, another breathing and semi like visualization tactic or method that you can do is like some type of like root chakra grounding. And all you do is, when you're doing all of this, especially in Western cultures, we tend to breathe through our chest and not our bellies. But the way you really calm your nervous system and ground down is when you belly breathe, right? So you want to concentrate on your belly, let her out, you know. Exhale as much as you can. Visualize a red beam of light. That is the color of your root chakra, right? And so you want to, as far as you can, visualize that root chakra. And the way I like to do it is that I first like to visualize this red beam of light anchoring into, if you're inside the floor, you're outside like I am, the grass, and anchoring it and going deeper and deeper and deeper into the earth until you visualize the earth's core. And then once I'm kind of anchored in there, I like to visualize it up through my body. So it's kind of like almost like this red beam of light that's starting like around, you know, above your head here. And it's centering you through your body and through to the earth's core to kind of get that grounding notion. And the last breathing exercise that can really center you and put you more in the moment is just breathing while you're saying, I am here, right? So I am here. I am here. And before we move on to the next section, I just want to remind you that you're going to get the most benefit out of any type of breathing exercise when you're breathing in through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. The next 5 are going to have to do with getting grounded with nature. As you can see, I'm out here right now. Again, I moved, so I'm in a new location. But there is something so peaceful about being surrounded by the grass and the trees, and if you guys can hear the birds and everything like that. But the easiest thing you can do is just lay down on the grass or the sand or wherever you feel good, and just soak in the electromagnetism of the earth. Like, grounding is so necessary, especially because we're always wearing shoes, we're always on the pavement, and we don't get that connection and that healing energy through the earth. The next thing you can do, and I'm sure you guys have been on my channel could have totally guessed that I would mention this, that is hugging a tree or sitting under a tree or getting connected with a tree. I do have an entire video on the like magical powers of trees and how they can guide you and connect you, and I will post that here in case you want to check it out. But that's it. Just go up, like run your hands down the bark, sit under it, talk to it, feel the leaves, whatever feels right for you. And the other thing you can do is just walk barefoot for a few minutes. And again, you're going to get the most benefit of this when you are walking on the earth, right? On the grass, on the dirt, on the sand. Even if you're like ankle deep in like a body of water, you'll still get some benefit if you're on like concrete, but the whole goal of this is to ground yourself and center yourself and find that peace. And so I would highly recommend getting to the earth if that's something that you're able to do. Next, let's go back to childhood, right? And lay down and watch the clouds move, or watch the leaves fall off of the trees, or watch the birds fly. Just sit in nature and just observe what is going on around you. Like, I just watched like a bird fly over, there's squirrels climbing up the tree there, there's a light breeze, so the leaves are just kind of going with the breeze a little bit. You can do it with your eyes open and observe. You can do it with your eyes closed and listen to the sounds. But this one is certainly very healing and will be grounding for you. And lastly, in this grounding section, it's as simple as just touching elements, touching the earth, running your fingers through the grass, or holding some stones or crystals in your hand, or going to any kind of body of water. It can even be a puddle, you know what I mean? And just running your fingers and just like really feeling Mother Nature and letting it calm you and reach your nervous system. The third section we're going to get into is some elemental rituals. What are the elements? Earth, fire, air, water, right? So think of anything that you can do just for a short few minutes that can incorporate one or more of those things, right? So one of my easiest and favorite ways to do this, and I haven't been able to unpack these things since I moved, is just lighting a candle. It can be any candle. It can be, you know, a spell candle. It can be one of those little like tea candles. It can be a candle from whatever that store is, like Yankee or Bath and Body Works, doesn't matter. Just take any candle, have an intention. Like for example, I would like to ground myself through the fire and just light the candle and just watch the flame for a few minutes. Okay, it's that simple. Another thing you can do is hold your hand on like under or over running water. You can also do this with like a bath or a shower. And I do this every time I shower, most of the times anyway, where if I'm standing in the shower running my hands under cold water, I'll just like visualize and imagine that that water is washing away any kind of like negativity or density or any troubles that you might be having, envision that water washing it away. You're cleansing your energetic field through the water. Does that make sense? And along with that, you could even just splash your face with some cold water, or get one of those like bowls of ice water and just dip your face into it. And it's just like, I can't even explain I can't even explain how good it feels. But every morning, I mean pretty much right when I get up, I'll like brush my teeth and get dressed for the gym, but after that I take an ice cube and I just like rub it. I start around my eyes, right? And I just kind of rub the ice around my face, and it just feels so like invigorating. Like I can't explain the way that it feels, but it just feels magical. Like, so you can do that too. You can grab just like an ice cube and just kind of like rub it all over your face, wherever you feel like it. If you need to rub it on your arms, your chest, whatever, your neck, just like rub it wherever it feels good, but I highly recommend the ice. And lastly, open a window, or if it's like a little windy out, stand in the wind and just feel the air. Like, there is nothing more powerful than feeling the energy of the earth and the wind just like hitting your face. Or if it's raining and you want to go out in the rain and commit to that, you can do that as well. The fourth subsection we're gonna get into in this video are micro meditations. So again, these are like 3 to 5 minute meditations. If you do want like a full breakdown of a full like beginner meditation video, I will put this video right here. But honestly, the way that I do this most often is I just like go on YouTube and I type in 5-minute meditation, and whatever one is kind of like speaking to me, I'll just do that one. I also do have a few meditations that I've created for you guys on my channel. I'll post those like on the end screen here, so if you want to like check any of those out, they're usually around like 5 to 10 minutes. And another thing you can listen to is a sound bowl track. I actually have a sound bowl and I use it a lot when I do spell work, but I haven't really used it too much as far as like listening to, but any kind of like hertz or sound bowls, like a sound bath kind of thing. There are places you can go for that too, but again, I'm trying to make this like an easy, like, hey, you can do this anywhere, 5-minute thing. So just put on some headphones, pull up on, again, on YouTube, Spotify, whatever, some type of like sound bowl track, and just like listen to the bowls. Like, it just feels so cleansing. Another quick meditation that you can do is called a body scan. I tend to get a little impatient with these, but all you do is literally like close your eyes and you scan your body. You can either start at your feet or your head. I prefer starting at my head, and you just want to visualize like feeling like, what does this part of my head feel like? And you kind of like work your way down, like, how do my cheeks feel? How does my jawline feel? And as you're going through like each body part, as you go down, you want to make sure you're like concentrating on making sure it's at like full like relaxation, and just do that all the way down your body. And lastly, you can, I love doing this, is visualizing like white light filling you up. So I tend to start it kind of like, here, I'll show you guys, like at my sternum right here. And that's kind of where I'll like visualize the white light starting, and then it kind of like expands and like goes throughout. Like, dude, this freaking bird, oh my gosh. You can come join the video if you want, and just kind of like allow that white light to expand, you know, all through your body. And sometimes like I'll even let it expand outside up to like a foot maybe, and so you're just like engulfed in this white light, and that will really make you feel a lot more connected to spirit, to source, you know, whatever you believe in. All right, the fifth subsection here is, I'm sure you guys could have guessed this, reflection and journaling. The easiest way to do this, you can do it at any time, again, is just writing down. You can do it in your head if you want, it's fine, but it's nice to keep track of these things so you can look back at it. But just writing down 3 things you're grateful for. If you're feeling like really spunky, you can write why you're grateful, but you don't have to. Like, when these things, I've learned, start feeling more like a thing to check off your to-do list or like homework, it's probably time to like not do it. Like, you don't want to feel forced to be doing these things, right? So if just writing down 3 things you're grateful for, like a lot of times I do it in bed. I do talk about in my 5-minute morning routine. I'll post that here. But like this morning, I just woke up, and before I even opened my eyes, I'm like, I'm so grateful for this, and for this, just in my head, right? Another thing you can do is sit down with a journal and connect with your higher self, and just kind of like let whatever information like flows through you and write it down. I like to do that one a lot, but I haven't been practicing that one a lot lately. One I really like to do is write down just one thing, okay? One thing that is like weighing really heavily on you. Doesn't matter what it is. And you can either like tear it up or burn it safely, and kind of just let it go. Like, this one thing is like really tearing me up, so I'm gonna tear it up and destroy it. Right. Fourth thing you can do is ask your guides for some sort of message or download, and close your eye, and whatever comes to mind. And I do talk about this in other videos, but you don't want to think or question it, or like, oh, is this coming from my guide? Is this coming from my higher self? Like, just write down. It's one of those things that I've found over the years that, because I used to really harp on that, like, oh, how do I know if it's coming from that? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter where it's coming from, but it's the message that's coming through, right? The message is the same, whether it's coming from your mind, which you might like question yourself if it is, or if it's coming from your higher self, or some kind of guide, or an angel, or whatever it is. Just listen to whatever message is coming through. That's the point of this. And the last one, and I've talked about this in my like journaling video, is video journaling. And it's funny because I do this sometimes where instead of just writing stuff down, you just literally turn like your phone camera on and you just like journal into it. But for me, that's kind of what my YouTube channel is, right? Like, I kind of am just sharing with you guys what I do, and it's often related to what I'm going through in that moment. Like, I get inspired. Like, I'll take video requests from you guys sometimes, but mostly my videos come from like my own life inspiration. And so making these videos not only I'm hoping my whole goal is to like help you guys, but it is a video journal for me. Like, I can go back at any time and look at like, oh, what was I experiencing at like this point in time? So you'd be surprised when you start going on and talking like the things that come out. The next subsection I want to talk about is probably like the least effort one, and probably the one that I do the most often, especially when I'm feeling like dense like I have been the last few weeks. And that is some kind of like audio or visual information like taken, or like nourishment, so to speak. Like, an example of that is like listening to a YouTube video that is like spiritually based or interests me or something like that. Something that's not dense. Don't get into, you know, the news and all that kind of stuff, but channels like mine, right? Like, I love watching people's videos, and it often brings me a sense of calmness. So just find a creator you like. Hopefully it's me, but find a creator you like and just like listen to one of their like spiritual videos. Another thing you can do based on that is also some kind of like spiritual audiobook, right? Or podcast or something like that. So just find something that you can like it's almost like content that you can consume, but that is spiritually based. You can also put on some kind of like Hertz track and just listen to that. You can sing or hum some kind of, or chant some kind of mantra that feels right for you for a few minutes. If you really want to like step that up, what I like to do is I have a little what's it called? It's a drum. I'm blanking. It's not one of the like big steel drums, but it's like this little drum, and I'll just like hit it while I say the mantra. And there's something really like healing about all of that. And you can also record I guess you would call it kind of like a love note or like a gratitude note for yourself, like on your phone, just like the recording section, and just like say something to yourself about like how much you're proud of yourself, grateful for yourself, and keep going. Just some kind of like inspirational message, you know, and that way you always have that. So when you start to feel this way, you can go back and you can listen to it. All right, I'm gonna try to move on these next 20 a lot quicker because it looks like my camera's gonna die soon. So if this ends, sorry, love you guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. You can dance for a few minutes, you can doodle, you can pull a tarot card and just really reflect on it. You can play with clay or sand, kind of anything that we did when we were younger. You can write a love letter to the universe or a gratitude note to the universe. It's always listening. You can do some EFT tapping. You can hold a crystal and breathe in the energy and breathe that in deeply. Even if it doesn't have to be even like a specific crystal, it can just be like a freaking rock that you find. They all have different energies that are associated with them. It doesn't have to be like you have to go to this, you know, witchy store or whatever and like buy something specific. It can just get a freaking, you know, a leaf. Just feel it. Love it. You know what I mean? You know, shake out your body, like stand and literally wiggly and like shake. You can smudge yourself with sage or light sage and get out the energy around the room. You can pray. You can talk to a spiritual friend. You can ask the universe for some type of sign. You can do mirror work and speak some type of affirmation into the mirror. So a really good one you can do that I used to do daily, I don't right now, but it's just writing 3 intentions for the day. So or it can be one, right? Like, so for example, when I woke up today, because I've been just feeling so like dense lately, I woke up that I was going to feel light and positive today. And I will say, while I don't feel like as light and positive as I'd like to, I definitely feel more that way than I have in the last few weeks, right? So just let go of the expectations of how you're supposed to feel and just let it be. Let it be. You can talk to your body, whether it's a specific part or your entire body, and thank it for what it does for you and give gratitude for your body. You can make a cup of tea and bless it, or put your intentions into the water. I have a whole video on that. You can read for a few minutes from some type of spiritual book. You can hold your pet and love them and feel the energy from them. And the biggest, most powerful thing that you can do, number 50, I know I told you guys I was going to speed through these last few. Even if it feels forced, smile. I promise it changes the biochemistry of your body. It will change your day if you force yourself to smile, especially when you don't want to. I hope you guys found value in this video. Let me know which ones of these spoke to you and that maybe you already do or that you're going to try. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe so we can hang out again next week. And don't forget, be limitlessly yourself.